Hey fam, today we all, the Bharatma loving Indians, are going through a very tough phase. The gloom is so thick that it seems no ray of light can reach us. What is overwhelming is a sense of helplessness at the filthy game that is so blatantly and shamelessly being played around us. We Indians are nothing but a market to be exploited at all costs or at any cost. The dirty politics being played by the international pharma mafia, spearheaded by Bill Gates, aided by China sponsored US politicians, Papu's Congress Party, and its bought out bureaucrats and media, is deeply disturbing. Please understand, this is an out and out regime change politics at play. Nobody wants PM Modi who's trying to secure the safety and well being of the common Indians. The desperation of the vultures who were freely feasting on our flesh and blood before PM Modi took office has now reached maniacal levels. Papu's Congress Party first called for the rejection of the vaccination, then trashed Made in India vaccines, and is now calling for mass vaccination. Why this flipping and flopping? Papu Gandhi and Chirag Chidambaram are calling on the people of India to revolt against the government. So come on the streets irresponsibly, just like they're fake farmers, so we can be ruled by corrupt Papu. They are calling to reject the Made in India Covaxin, which is proving effective on all strains of COVID. And even as per pharma giant sponsored and beloved of Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, our Covaxin is effective on 617 variants. Then why is Papu Gandhi calling for its rejection? Because Covaxin was developed by Bharat Biotech thanks to the encouragement of the Modi government that gave aid in the form of a 65 crore grant. It is a vaccine developed in India specifically for Indians. 3 of our public sector units got involved in its mass manufacture. Obviously, no kickbacks, bribes, commissions were paid to the corrupt Congress. Therefore, all Congress ruled states rejected this vaccine. Under the long Congress rule, we were always dependent on vaccinations coming in from abroad that were given to us at whatever price and terms and conditions the pharma giants wanted. Congress government never encouraged the development of our own vaccines. Please notice that all the pushback, all the drama of the Congress is against the Covaxin because it is purely Indian. Not so much against Covishield because Covishield is a collaboration with Oxford and because Bill Gates has a stake in it. The Congress Party is escalating demand for Pfizer's vaccine. Pfizer was rejected by our government, and rightly so, because it has not been tested on Indians. It is 3 times more expensive than our own vaccine, and Pfizer cannot be held accountable if there is any casualty because of its vaccine. Piggybacking on Bill Gates' philanthropic foundation, the pharma giants used to get access to India to conduct dangerous medical trials on unsuspecting, poor, uneducated people. And if there were casualties, well, then so what? The corrupt Congress, aided with equally corrupt bureaucracy, would protect the perpetrators. Please do watch my video on the dealings of Bill Gates to understand their dirty game. Also, you do remember how Rajiv Gandhi cleared the way for the total unaccountable escape of Union Carbide in the Bhopal gas disaster to ensure that the company worth billions of dollars is not held accountable at all. Forget criminal negligence. even for compensation for the damage caused. Now, the same Congress and their lapdogs have started barking for quick mass vaccination in India. And weirdly, the US stopped Covishield's raw material from being sent to India. And weirdly, Bill Gates proclaimed that he would not share the vaccination formula with developing nations. Why so? So, the Indian government is forced to open the way for Pfizer at Pfizer's terms and not based on the requirement of crores of Indians. Rahul Gandhi and his wicked people are praying for vaccination to be made free again. Why? So Indians don't react to the huge price difference between Covishield that stands at $8 and less and Pfizer's $19.5. What Pfizer will charge in India, we cannot control. Its terms and conditions are pretty mafia-like, my way or highway. Please read how Argentina is being arm twisted by Pfizer because Argentina, unlike India, has no alternative and no choice. The Congress agenda is that the common taxpayer should absorb the heavy cost of absolutely neither needed nor wanted Pfizer vaccine. Also, I want to know on the basis of what exactly are the international forces creating this pressure aided by corrupt Congress. What have the international forces achieved that gives them the standing, the moral ground to advise us? As per our World in data, the casualty number in the developed nations that included the USA, Europe, also Russia, Turkey, Brazil, Argentina stand at close to 21 lakhs. The US alone is at 5.5 lakh people. In India now, after this debilitating second wave, we are close to 2 lakh precious lives lost. As per worldometers.info, the number of deaths per crore stands at 57 in Italy, 48 in France, 29 in USA, and is the lowest at 26 in India. Dead bodies are still lying forgotten in cold storage vehicles in New York City. Please understand this regime change wicked game. PM Modi is dealing with international and national satanic forces. He's dealing with wicked bureaucracy who should have been shunted out when PM Modi came to power. Today, this poisonous snake-like bureaucracy created and nurtured by the Congress is breaking Modi and his pro-India initiative and thereby breaking all of us. PM Modi is also dealing with his own hyena-like ministers. Prime example of that is Prakash Javadekar, who by the way seems to be madly crushing after anti-India ugly cringy women, rolling himself in a pretzel to keep them satisfied. Ew! Again, we are paying with our blood for the poor, weird choice of PM Modi's administrative team. But please remember that as of right now, PM Modi is the only true pro-Indian leader we have. Don't empower corrupt Congress playing out anti-India international agenda. Please remember the worst affected and neglected Indian states deteriorated the COVID situation are Congress ruled or Congress supported. In spite of our horrible healthcare system, wicked black marketeers, hoarders, Thakres, Kejriwal, fat cat landlords protest, we are still much, much better off than the most developed countries. However difficult it is, please support PM Modi. Whatever the mistakes, we cannot blame him for corruption. His intention for the well-being of India cannot be doubted. We need him today. I, for one, have completely cut myself off of the news channels. Whatever information I need, I receive from my trusted people on social media. Rather than ingesting fear mongering of the lowest kind, I spend my time reading spiritual books, and I pray for the safety and well being of my beloved fellow Indians. Please stay calm and maintain all safety protocols. Please get vaccinated as per the schedule. Even if we can keep our personal vibrations up, even if we can be positive and optimistic, we are serving our beloved Bharat Ma. Over thousands of years, we have overcome unreal hardships and we have survived. We will overcome this too. Just don't open the doors to the wicked Trojan cabal and empowered demons. Thanks for listening, fam. I will see you soon.